After a strong earthquake shook Morocco in North Africa on Friday night, more than 2,000 people have perished. Numerous thousands of people have suffered injuries. The epicenter of the earthquake, which occurred not far from Marrakesh, a renowned tourist destination and major commercial hub, was the strongest to hit the country's center in more than a century. Nearly 1 million people call Marrakesh home. It is a well-liked tourist destination noted for its ancient palaces. The 2016 United Nations Climate Change Conference took place in Marrakesh. According to state-run broadcaster 2M, at least 2,122 people have died and 2,421 have been injured as a result of the calamity as of now. Here is what we currently know. Around 6:11 p.m. Eastern Time, 11:11 p.m. local, the earthquake occurred. Over 72 kilometers, 44.7 miles, southwest of Marrakesh, a metropolis of over 840,000 inhabitants, was the epicenter of the earthquake, which was situated in the high Atlas mountain range. However, it had an effect all the way up in Casablanca, Morocco. With a magnitude of 6.8, the earthquake classified as strong, and because it occurred at a shallow depth, it was more destructive. According to the US Geological Survey, earthquakes of this scale are rare but not unheard of in the area. There have been 9 earthquakes that have occurred in the region with a magnitude of 5 or higher since 1900. However, none of them have reached a magnitude of 6. The earthquake is the deadliest to hit Morocco since an earthquake that killed more than 12,000 people in 1960. According to the WHO, Marrakesh and nearby areas have seen an impact on more than 300,000 people. Historic sites have suffered damage, although the regions closest to the Atlas Mountains have been most severely affected. Almost all of the dwellings in a section of the village of Asni were damaged, according to eyewitnesses in the mountain foothills, who reported seeing several communities completely devastated. In the Al-Huz province, more than 1,000 people have died, and more than 400 people have died in Taroudant, a city in southwest Morocco. The exact magnitude of the earthquake is still being determined. Even if several roads were damaged or blocked by debris, emergency workers were nonetheless sent to the affected areas. It has proven challenging to reach a few isolated towns at the mountain's base. Mohammed, a 50-year-old from Wigain, lost 4 family members in the earthquake. With my 2 children, I was able to escape safely, but I lost the others. My house is gone, he said. There is still a need for rescue efforts. As the police attempt to extricate the deceased from the rubble, we are out in the streets with them. Right in front of me, numerous individuals were being taken to the hospital. From the rubble, we are looking for miracles, he remarked. Arnaud Fraisse, the founder of Rescuers Without Borders, who had a team stranded in Paris waiting for clearance, stated, "We know there is a big urgency to save people and dive into the remnants of buildings. We are powerless to stop folks from dying beneath the rubble." Amizmiz, a village of orange and red sandstone brick dwellings carved into a mountainside, was waiting for help, but it took a while to show up. A significant portion of the town appeared to be missing. The minaret of a mosque was in ruins. Salah Anchu, a 28-year-old peasant, described the situation as a calamity and said, "We don't know what the future holds. The assistance is still inadequate." As she assisted family members and neighbors in dragging belongings down streets covered in rocks, Khadija Farage's face became swollen from crying. Less than 48 hours before, their home had fallen while they were sleeping, taking the lives of her daughter and her 3 grandsons, who ranged in age from 4 to 11. Likewise, for the hundreds of vendors working at the crowded market outside, a little mosque at the center of Marrakesh's Medina, the city's ancient district, was a prized site of prayer. It's forbidden right now. The mosque, which was built on a corner of the well-known Gemma El Fnay Plaza, had a stunning tower that was almost completely destroyed by the strong earthquake that slammed the region on Friday night. The tower had originally been decorated with white triangle decorations. The stunning structure is now hardly recognizable. Only one single brick stump remains of the elaborate tower among the wreckage, which has nearly completely vanished. Local resident Seend Hatimi recounted the dread of Friday night as he stood outside the wrecked mosque. People were inside praying and they started running out. Nobody was staying inside, the 53-year-old told CNN. She was afraid to return home, just like many other people. Hatimi, 53, slept with her entire family, including young children, in a park in the heart of Marrakesh. She claimed that because it got chilly at night, they kept close. Everyone was outdoors. Everyone in the neighborhood. Everyone. Everyone is afraid, and the shaking was really intense, so we don't want to go inside, she said. Medina of Marrakesh, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The Medina neighborhood has red sandstone walls surrounding it that date back many centuries. Large portions of these walls, which once protected the city from danger, have been damaged by the earthquake. Long sections have large fissures, and some of it has collapsed. People who were left homeless or worried about more aftershocks spent Saturday night outside in the streets of the historic city of Marrakesh or under temporary shelters in hard-hit Atlas mountain towns like Moulay Brahim. The biggest damage was in isolated rural areas that are difficult to access since landslides buried the winding roadways up the hilly terrain. A magnitude 3.9 aftershock that occurred on Sunday reportedly sent tremors through those locations once more. It wasn't immediately obvious if it resulted in more damage or casualties, but it was probably powerful enough to produce some trembling in locations where buildings had suffered damage and residents were afraid of aftershocks. The government of Morocco declared that it has used all resource at its disposal to address the earthquake and asked citizens to avoid panic. Orphans and people who lost their houses in the disaster were among the survivors. Therefore, King Mohammed VI of Morocco commanded the establishment of a relief commission to provide aid to them. Additionally, he issued a proclamation of 3 days of national mourning and directed that funeral prayers, known as janazah prayers, be offered at noon on Sunday in all mosques across the country in memory of the deceased. Numerous foreign leaders have sympathized with Morocco and pledged their support. In order to assist with humanitarian efforts in earthquake-affected areas, France has activated emergency aid from local government coffers and offered assistance totaling more than €2 million, $2.1 million. Donations are being collected by famous performers. According to the Spanish Defense Ministry, a Spanish search and rescue team consisting of 56 troops and 4 dogs has arrived in Marrakesh to assist in the disaster's aftermath. Tens of thousands of people were killed by a horrific earthquake that struck Turkey earlier this year. Turkey announced that it was prepared to send 265 people and 1,000 tents to Morocco to participate with relief efforts. Algeria said that it would restore its airspace for airplanes carrying medical supplies and humanitarian aid into and out of the Arab country. Algeria cut diplomatic ties with Morocco in 2021 and shut down all aircraft registered in that country from flying in and out of its territory. In addition, the World Bank stated that it has offered the nation its full support, and both the United Nations and US President Joe Biden stated that they were prepared to offer assistance. Our thoughts and prayers are with the people of Morocco and my friend King Mohammed VI, Biden stated. We're working expeditiously to ensure American citizens in Morocco are safe, standing ready to provide any necessary assistance to the Moroccan people as well. We made that offer. According to Rescuers Without Borders, there are about 100 teams totaling 3,500 rescuers registered on a UN network and ready to deploy in Morocco when requested. In spite of having a team of more than 50 rescuers waiting near Cologne Bonn Airport, Germany sent them home, according to news agency DPA. Numerous other foreign leaders, including Russian President Vladimir Putin, Chinese President Xi Jinping, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi at the G20, have extended their condolences. According to Leonardo DiCaprio, an actor and an environmentalist, climate change is real. It is happening right now. It is the most urgent threat facing our entire species, and we need to work collectively together and stop procrastinating. You can suggest topics you want to see next in the comment section below. Please subscribe to Weather Collapse if you want to know more, and be updated on the latest news about natural calamities or disasters happening all over the world, and don't forget to like today's video. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.